We had so many kids.
I love it.
Reach out. We don't always have kids reach out in a podcast about aging. The wrinkles that you get on your face.
Could you imagine not having ADHD? Like what our world would be missing if you didn't have it?
But if you have some work and some patience, when you figure it out, I cannot wait to see what you're going to become.
Yeah, we get older every day. Got more wrinkles, that's okay. Yeah, we're laughing when we age. Life is like a comedy stage. And that's why we got laugh lines.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kim Holderness.
And I'm Penn, Holderness. You found laugh lines.
If you went cross-eyed staring at those Magic Eye books and posters in the 90s,
yes.
We are your people. I loved a Magic Eye.
So were those like color-based or were they just, you just had to go cross-eyed?
You just had to go a little cross-eyed.
And then you could read it?
And then it was always this race to see who could see the dolphin faster. And then then you couldn't unsee it.
Right. I think there was like the ones that I had looked at had like a color thing too. And so I just never saw anything.
Because he's a little colorblind. Yeah.
But you.
Okay. This is a very special episode. Our very first children's book, All You Can Be with ADHD, is just out today.
Yeah. If you're watching or listening to this the day that we drop this episode, that's what the kids say.
My episode be dropping.
Yeah. Then this is now available at bookstores. It may have already arrived at your home.
If you pre-ordered.
And so it's in the world. So we're, through the magic of technology, we're not here.
No.
We're on our book tour right now. So we might be near you.
Hopefully we're near you. And so we wanted this episode to be something you can watch and listen with your kiddos, because we have a lot of voicemails. A lot of you wrote in about what makes the ADHD brain special. I really think this episode is going to go a long way in helping you, your kiddos, feel happy about your brain.
Yeah.
That being said, typically in our podcast, welcome children, welcome kids. We do a little,
what's going on?
A little personal life update.
And kids can know about that.
Kids can know about that. Yeah. I woke up after not sleeping again. So I just don't sleep.
Yep. Kids, there's this thing called menopause.
Right. And before the menopause is the perimenopause.
Yes.
And this is when your hormones are doing this.
Like a roller coaster.
And maybe your mommy's doing this, right? Maybe mommy's doing this. Okay. So I just woke up. My first thought was, I had like some good creative ideas this morning about like a new book I want to write. I had all these ideas, but then immediately I was like, no, can't do it. I'm too tired. Could you imagine? Just watch out. If I had a full night's sleep, how productive I would be. Yeah. I will say also on the ADHD front, we get a lot of questions. I would say anytime we open up a Q&A, it is, Kim, how do you put up with both of the men in your house have ADHD? Kim, you're a hero. How do you put up with it? Let me tell you, and I'm very quick to answer, I am tough to live with. And I never really have concrete examples of what it's like, but this is me this morning. Anxiety was peaking because kids, mom's hormones are doing this, okay? And what that meant was Penn came in, he was taking a shower, he took his shoes off. I was like, you have to pick those up. He's like, I'm literally in the process of taking off my shoes. He started, he put deodorant on. I put the cap on and moved it. He put like hair gel in his hair. I took it and I stacked it. I was cleaning up his spot in front of him. He goes, babe, I promise I'm going to do this stuff.
I usually just do it all at the end.
And he goes, I'm just going to do it all at the end if that's okay. I'm like, no, my anxiety says I need to do this right now. And he goes, okay. Is there a medicine you usually take when you get like this? Can I find that for you?
And you know what she said when I asked if I could find that? You're never going to find it.
I'm like, you're never going to find it. You're never going to find it. And he didn't, to be fair.
We found it together.
We found it together. Yeah. And normally I don't go immediately to medicine, but I probably would not have been able to get through this without just really crying if I had not done that. So anyway, here's my ask. Here's my ask of the Laugh Lines community, because I love you guys so much, your messages and your emails. I need your best perimenopause sleep advice. Have you read a book on like cognitive behavioral therapy that's really helped you? Is there like a non-addictive medicine you've taken? By the way, I've taken them all So just know that if you have a supplement that you take, I've probably taken it, but is there like a magic combination you found?
Yeah.
Is there
like warm milk or something that we don't know about? Prune juice. We're at that age now.
Is prune juice, if prune juice would help me sleep, IV.
You're pruning it up.
I would prune it up.
Yeah.
But is there somebody you follow on social media that I should interview and have on the podcast? Is there like, what are you doing to actually sleep at this stage of life? And I would love that feedback. Call me, email me, hit me up on the old IG.
I want to applaud my wife's self-awareness. I know it's difficult to talk about that kind of thing. Like, I know this morning was rough and thank you. Like the fact that we're talking about it, like I feel closer to you. And I love you. And I do like, I love your anxiety at times too. It's adorable. It leads a lot of times to keeping us safe, to keeping us moving forward. It leads to productivity as much as you hate it. There is that part of your brain that moves forward sometimes with anxiety, especially if you have like a decent relationship with it. So I think like we could our next book, we could just take
all you can be with anxiety.
Yeah. Sam's gonna make a graphic change here. Because every episode I like to ask Sam to do something
that's really hard.
That's really hard. But this would actually be wouldn't you easily be able to just put anxiety over the top of this right now?
Just keep it exceptionally still.
I'm trying to keep it really still.
Okay.
Although, guys, like if you do something called motion tracking, she can hold on to it right now.
Stop it.
Really?
We need a Sam cam on this podcast because she's just like pinching her eyes and just like shaking her head.
I think it's just a bit now of just asking Sam to do something ridiculous for each podcast. And she doesn't have to do it.
Could you just
cut it out? She edits it.
Now could you just have
cut out this whole section
That's right.
and no one would ever know you ever asked me.
Do you have any idea the power she lords over us?
She has a lot of power. Okay.
It's
anyway,
wonderful.
Should we get to the whole point of this podcast?
So, guys, the book is coming out today. It's out. We're in New York, hopefully talking to someone about it on like a podcast or a TV station, or we're reading at a school or something like that. But we want to show you some behind the scenes stuff really quickly. If you are watching, we'll show you some pictures. And if you're listening, we'll just describe it.
Typically when we create content and write words, in our adult book, it was just the words. And occasionally we had these amazing illustrations. And in a video, we shoot video on a camera. It was so wonderful and bizarre to have to depend on an illustrator, Vin Vogel, and he is so incredibly talented. This is all 100% out of his brain. Penn handed them the words and he handed this back, and it was brilliant. So as a sneak peek on this podcast, we're going to read the first couple pages. Ready?
Hi there. We're up here in the tree. Just look for the sign that says ADHD. We have a big clubhouse. We're pretty excited to have you around. Come on up. You're invited. Just high five the sharks, trampoline to the perch, rope swing past the ninjas. They're here selling merch. Climb through that branch, past the snake with the fiddle, then knock on the door. The password is this riddle. I am invisible. I rhyme with art. I start with an F. What am I? You may enter. Did you like that adventure? This is our club, and now you're a member. And here is a secret. If your brain's like ours, you don't know it yet, but you have secret powers. If your brain's like ours, then you may be different. You may be fantastic. You may be vociferant. And then there's an explanation of what vociferant means. It means someone or something that's noisy. If your brain's like ours, you're in the right tree. You're part of the same club, you and me, and everyone else with ADHD. There are millions of us in this pretty big tree.
And it goes on from there, talking about the hard stuff of ADHD and the wonderful stuff of ADHD. We're so incredibly proud of it. So kids, we're moving on to the laugh line. That is the name of our podcast. Laugh lines, kind of a double entendre, is laugh lines is something you get when you're older, when you smile a lot. Mm-hmm. And a line, kind of like a telephone, because there used to be these things called telephones. Like not just a cell phone is a smartphone and you can do a lot from it. But there was this thing, oftentimes I hung on a wall, and literally all you could do with it was talk to people. And we asked you to get on a cell phone and call us to tell us like what made your brain special. And man, did you guys deliver. I'm so excited to head to the laugh line.
Laugh line is the part of the show where everyone will find. Laugh line. Did you call us us up and you tell us what's on your mind.
This first voicemail, we have not heard it yet, but we have heard it's very special. It is from Gordon.
Hi, my name is Gordon. I am 10 years old.
Yes, you are.
I am calling with my mom's permission, just so you know. And I found out I have ADHD. And that I'm awesome, because ADHD is awesome. I think my brain is special because I'm very creative. I'm great at telling campfire stories, like the grizzly lizard, or the glizzard. And what I want to be when I grow up, I would like to be an inventor. And I'd like to build, like, robots, like, coming by the Alpha 113 processor unit. It can climb the tallest mountain and swim the largest ocean. It is solar powered. It's now 75% off. That is only $8,000. This is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, folks. As you can tell, I'm not much of a talker.
He's vociferant.
Thank you. This is Cheryl, his mother. I do give permission. We're from Orland Park, Illinois. Thank you so much for all that you've done. Your videos have been a great support, and they're hilarious, so keep them coming.
Gordon, I am obsessed.
It's a good
I
kickoff.
cannot wait to buy your robot for $8,000. Kids are the coolest.
Yeah.
And Gordon, your brain, could you imagine not having ADHD? Like what our world would be missing if you didn't have it? He's vociferant. I love it.
Gordon basically finished out the rest of the book that we didn't read. Like he essentially, we could have
Thanks,
just
Gordon.
used. No, I think it's amazing. So we talk about inventors in the book, just so you guys, Gordon, not sure if you know this, but if you read the biography of Thomas Edison, there was a lot of discussion about having difficulty concentrating in school. And essentially it's assumed that Thomas Edison and also maybe Albert Einstein, two of the greatest minds of all time, had ADHD as well. I also caught a little bit of P.T. Barnum in this kid, and that is a compliment,
yeah.
right? So that's another great thing about ADHDers is our spontaneity. And so not only do you invent that thing, not only do you solve problems a different way, that's part of the ADHD brain, you've got that vociferance and that spontaneity that a good salesman has, like the greatest salesman of all time, P.T. Barnum.
Obsessed. Gordon.
Yeah.
Here's a favor I need from you, Gordon.
Yep.
Is I need you to keep in touch with us.
Yes.
And I need you to keep calling us and tell us like how you're doing and how your inventions are coming. Okay.
Love the Glizzard. Love the Glizzard.
Yes.
I mean, talk about creativity. He made up a new animal, gave it a new name.
Love it.
I'm here for it.
Here's an email from Lisa. My name is Lisa. I have ADHD. I'm 12 years old and was diagnosed with ADHD at 10. My dream job is to be a light technician. Like I set up the colors and flashes for the band Imagine Dragons. Yes, like that is somebody's job, right? We tell this to our kids all the time. That you go through, you know, if you've ever been to Disney World and they have that like electrical light parade or something, being a light technician is somebody's job.
Yeah.
And so I just love and we don't talk about that in school, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to be, you know, a lawyer, an accountant, very cool jobs. And I know you could bring an ADHD creative problem solving to those jobs, but like a light technician, how cool is that?
From Jennifer. Jennifer writes, by the way, Jennifer's younger, right?
No, she's an adult.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. Most Jennifers are our age.
I know.
So I was like, if there's a kid named Jennifer, that would be kind of cool. And
Also,
new and
if you're a
exciting.
12-year-old named Jennifer, please email us.
Yeah.
Wasn't Jennifer like the number one name?
Yes.
In like
Yes.
1976.
Yeah, Jennifer, Kimberly,
I knew 7 Jennifers.
Jessica's was another big one.
From Jennifer, I am a certified orientation and mobility specialist for the SC School for the Deaf and Blind. This is a perfect career for someone with ADHD because I teach students who are blind or have low vision one at a time. I'm able to individualize their goals and services. My days are varied because I serve students from birth to age 21. Bingo, right? Like some variety in your work.
I love that. So not only is it variety, there's a challenge.
Yep.
I bet every day you're really challenged. And then like there's that feeling, I would imagine, of being able to help somebody. Oh, perfect ADHD job. Perfect job. Perfect job for like I would love that job.
Kids, Kim was just hitting up the interest-based nervous system, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
It means that people with ADHD are really good at something if it fills 3 needs. Number 1, they need something that's challenging. That's not like super easy, right? They need something that is new or novel. Did you hear what she said about it's something different every time, right? And they need something that's of personal interest. Now that's the one that's very subjective and tailored. For example, our last emailer who talked about lights and Imagine Dragons. They love lights. They love Imagine Dragons. This person, I think, probably loves teaching, right?
And
that's of
people.
Connecting. That's of personal interest to her.
Okay, we have another voicemail from Blair, and to say that it's okay that your brain works differently.
Well, hi. My name's Blair. I'm from Canada, and I didn't know I had ADHD until I saw Penn's song, Take on Under the Sea. You just got to figure out how your brain works. And if your room's a disaster, that's because you want to see where everything is. If you seem absent-minded, it's because you're thinking about 20 things. You're going to get there. I did, so go you.
I love an ADHD cheerleader. I love it. Yeah, and it's we get the opportunity to talk to a lot of parents about their ADHD kids, and we have to say it's not a deficiency, it's not a disorder, it's just a difference. It's just like your brain works differently.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can you sometimes tell within 10 seconds, 15 seconds if the person that you're talking to has ADHD? Because I'm getting
Blair,
to that.
you didn't know?
Oh, hi. No, like it was right there. I'm like, Blair, you're one of my people. That's how I say hello to people. I think we generally say hello
with a lot of energy.
With a lot of energy.
Well,
it's
that I have
not necessarily all the time, but that felt like
and
it.
I have to say something. That is a very male way to present with ADHD.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think there are a lot of introverted women that show up very differently.
Yeah.
So I think that let's not super stereotype that, but yes, I mean that's like a male would present that way.
That's probably why males get diagnosed 3 times more than women, while genetically it's shown that basically the
50-50.
same amount has it.
Yeah. So inside we're saying, oh, hi. But outwardly we're like, nice to meet you.
So I can tell with women, and to your point, it usually takes a little bit longer, maybe not 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, but I don't know what's happened to me with these 2 books. Maybe it's just all the interactions that we've had. There are things that I look for, and I want to make this clear. When I see them, I get excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this person has my kind of brain. Yeah. Okay. Next up, Matt, age 11. We had so many kids.
I love it.
Reach out. We don't always have kids reach out in a podcast about
aging.
The wrinkles that you get on your face. So thank you, Matt. Matt said, my superpower with ADHD is to learn songs on the drums very quickly.
Matt's parents, you bought him a drum set. 10 out of 10 parenting move right there. That is our ADHD son was into drums for about 30 seconds.
He was interested long enough for us to buy him a set, and then very quickly lost interest. And we were like, oh, darn it.
We have. So as parents, I think it was during COVID, he got very interested in drums, did the parent thing where he got drum lessons, and it was like he was at a place where they were separated by glass and they wore masks, so it felt safe. And the advice was, don't buy a drum set right away, let them hit pillows and stuff like that. And if they're doing that with regularity and practicing on their own, then invest in a drum set. So
we didn't do that.
No, we did. So I would say that we did about 6 months of lessons before buying a drum set.
Was it 6?
Yes,
Okay,
because he had a performance, he had this whole thing. So we did about 6 months of him banging on pillows, and I was like, okay, he's ready. Let's do this. I'm not kidding you. We buy the drum set, and it was like a affordable kids drum set, but still it was like an investment.
It's a nice drum set.
He played it one time, pronounced he was done. And what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at our old videos, I had it in the house and I use it to record instead of, sometimes I use real drum tracks instead of not real. So I played it some, and then we needed to put something else there.
Yeah. And so as a parent, it was like, oh, are you kidding me? We just bought this thing. But what am I going to force a kid to play a really loud instrument in my house? That was a no. There are some things, it's so funny, that he has been really into and walked away from, both of our kids. And if we like it, we're like, okay, well, and we don't love everything you do every single minute. Sometimes it's a slog. You got to stick with it. But if it's something we also don't like the drums, we're like, okay, that's great. And we let him, you know what another thing was? Year-round swimming. Because Lola is super tall. She has really long arms. So I think she's built like a swimmer. And a lot of people told us that. So we did this summer swim team thing. And then maybe she was like 9 and we joined a year-round swim club. They have a lot of them here in this area. And friends, they practice every day, twice a day. And so we did our first 6-week session. We did a couple swim meets, and PC was younger, so it was like dragging him along. You were working nights. So it was every day I was doing this. And she came to us in that February after 6 months, and she's like, Mom, I'm really sorry. And I know you signed me up. I was like, say less. We're done. We're done. And but if it had been something I was selfishly invested in, I might have said like, just stick it out through the summer. You'll enjoy it. No.
I think both of those things ended up not fitting. Lola doesn't have ADHD, but this happens with a lot of people. Like if you're not interested as a kid in something and it's not something you really, really care about, once you get to that level, it's not worth it unless you really, really want to do it.
But can we talk about that? Because, and parents, laugh liners weigh in on this and kids who are listening. Our son has told us, the minute you tell me to do something, I want to do it less. And he's not saying it as a threat. He's like,
That's just the way his brain works.
He's like, the way my brain works is if you say, hey, you should go play the drums, I instantly want to do it less. I get that. I've had parents like, I totally get that. But not everything is new and novel and interesting and like all the time. So at what point as parents can we say, okay, not every single day of work as a light technician is exciting and interesting. You have to sort of push through on the boring middle moments. And we're still trying to figure that out. Because I'm all for like letting a kid chase what they're into. But at some point, don't you have to stick with something? I'm asking the question.
It's a tightrope walk for us. And that's why she's asking. So I remember this a little bit as a kid as well. You're right. When a parent says something, you're taking away that child's ability to be independent and to do something on their own. So I don't know if there is any way to do it other than present them with opportunities and offer support, but the motivation has to come from within. That's my theory. Because we're the ones who are saying, hey, let's do this.
Yeah. Every
Every time we leveled up, they leveled down. So that's why I'm saying I think the motivation has to come from within.
And they've showed that, I mean, on different things. But if you look back, I would say, and I do have a lot of conversation with ADHD parents. And by the way, there is a Facebook page for ADHD adults, because I think that the fun part of being an ADHD adult, and I've heard this so many times, you jump in and out of a hobby, right?
Yeah.
And so you buy all the hobby supplies. You buy I'm going to be super into watercolor. And then you buy all the supplies and you do it for a week, a month, 6 months. And then you're like, I'm good now. I've checked the box. And then you can sell your supplies. You're basically like trading hobbies. Hold on, Sam.
I don't think I have ADHD, but man, do I love jumping hobbies.
It's like your hobby to have a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so as an adult, we kind of celebrate it. But as a kid, I'm like, God, I just bought you drums.
But can I say something?
Please.
PC is such, he loves people. He loves performing. And I wonder if playing the drums for him was going to those classes and getting to perform.
Yeah.
And then the idea of sitting alone in the house practicing is like, for an ADHD kid, not what they want to do.
Sometimes it takes somebody else seeing your kid from 30,000 feet to be able to identify it. And Sam, that's exactly what it is. If you dig apart any other hobby, he loved playing lacrosse. He played lacrosse.
He loved in the games when we were watching.
In the games, when there's an audience. Practice, meh, not so into it. So yeah.
Look, I think every human being on this planet is going to love practicing something. That's going to be your thing that you're going to want to do for the rest of your life. You don't mind doing it. Or that's the hope, right? The hope is that you find something that you love. And you can't expect anybody I didn't find mine until I was in my 40s.
What is it?
My job. I like working with you.
Sorry, what do you do for
We've
a living?
been doing this for 11 years now.
You're talking about a hobby that you like to practice. I am sorry. Your job.
This might be a great time to throw back to Dr.
Yeah.
Emily King's backwards timeline.
We should. Yeah. I
Yeah,
had
talk about the backwards timeline.
And that brings me to a strategy I often use with high schoolers and sometimes middle schoolers that I just made up working with kids in therapy called the backwards timeline, which is when they don't have motivation to do whatever's in front of them. Like, I don't have motivation to do this worksheet. Well, where is their motivation? Their motivation may be that they want to live on their own one day. Okay. You want to live on your own one day. So we put that on like the right side of the whiteboard and then we're going to work it backwards. What do you need to live on your own one day? Well,
independent income.
I would need to have money.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you going to get money? I would need to have a job. How are you going to get a job? Oh, I need to graduate from high school. Okay. How are you going to graduate from high school? I have to pass these classes. How are you going to pass these classes? I think I have to do the worksheet.
We have another comment from Amy, and this really speaks to self-motivation. And it speaks to what I was just talking. If there's something you're interested in, you're going to knock it out of the park. And so this is from Amy. Amy's son was diagnosed with ADHD in 8th grade. He bought himself a GoPro with snow plowing money. We'll get back to that. Taught himself how to use it, and started his own video production company, 8th grade. It became his post-high school career, and now he is a successful social media marketing specialist for a large company. No 2 days are the same. It's always challenging, and he has the ability to hyper-focus on an edit as his superpower. Amy.
He's a baby Penn.
Amy, do you know how many people on YouTube, if you're watching it right now, have ADHD? Because my guess is most. It is a certain type of brain that needs to keep people interested for at least, or can keep people interested for at least a few seconds, which is the cornerstone of content now. You have to keep people interested for 3 or 4 seconds, just like, oh, hi. Remember, we talked about that. That is in our blood. Kim we talked about this in the podcast as well. Kim might have a little bit of ADHD as well. And that part of it, I think, is another reason why you were so good at identifying really good, catchy content and why you're so good at the job as well. But all of us, if we don't have full blown ADHD, we at least have a little bit of it.
Okay. We get a call from a mom who ordered the book for her Gen Alpha daughter.
My daughter is ADHD, 10 years old, Gen Alpha. She's very, 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 very excited about Penn's book. She was excited about the first book, but she is so happy this one is for her. She keeps asking me about it, and I'm not telling her, but I did pre-order it at our favorite bookstore where we're going to be going, so I'm going to surprise her with it, and she's going to I just know she's going to be so happy. I'm just getting a little emotional thinking about it. Also pre-ordered Taylor Swift's new album, so it's going to be a pretty big week for both of us. Please keep advocating for ADHD people because you're really making a difference in this world, and I know you're making a difference in our lives.
Thank you, first of all, for pre-ordering it, going to your favorite bookstore to do that. Love that. And I hear you that we are very similar to Taylor Swift, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Same. We're the same people.
I mean, it's the two things everyone's talking about this week.
Taylor Swift's new album and our new book.
No, can I say that I love Opalite and I love Fate of Ophelia. And when Sam, jump on in here. When I do Taylor Swift, I don't go all the way through. I live in each song. So I've only listened to those two so far because someone told me like start with those two and then I'm going to work my way down because I need to hear each of them like 4 or 5 times so I can live in them.
I think an artist chooses the track list, especially Taylor Swift. So for me, I'm like top to bottom. I'll listen through the album 2 or 3 times.
All the way down.
Down, and then sort of pick and choose which one I like.
I know most people do that. I have a weird way about it. I just kind of work my way down. Also, is this wild? So our daughter is coming in from fall break tonight, which is last week, which is, but I want to listen to it with her.
So I haven't listened to it at all. I haven't heard one single song because I'm going to listen to it with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. Taylor Swift?
Yep, Taylor Swift.
Is it Taylor Swift who emailed us?
This is the surprise.
The surprise?
We promise.
Oh, my son. No, it's not Taylor
What
Swift.
does Taylor Swift have to say?
Taylor Swift says, my son is 10 and has ADHD. He's extremely artistic. He sketches incredible landscapes, mostly in black and white. He's so focused when he sketches and absolutely loves it. I love that.
That is another thing that I think we've seen just what we call field research of going to these book signings is there are some incredibly artistic people with ADHD. What about Laura? My daughter is 16 and she has ADHD. I think it's so important for her to have creative thinking time and for the rest of us in the house to abstain from interrupting her when she's in the zone doing homework. Amen. By the way, that's huge. My daughter has always attracted other neurodivergent people, and her empathetic heart makes her just the best buddy. She's planning to go to school eventually to become a therapist for kids with special needs so she can teach them how awesome they are.
Sam's crying again.
Sam's crying again.
Sam's crying again, guys.
I'm in a point in my life where I'm thinking about parenting a lot.
Yeah.
And the kid I'm spending a lot of time around is showing early signs of ADHD. And whether he has it or not, like, I just think it's incredible that if he does, it's such a positive thing. So I think even 5 or 10 years ago, if you're a parent realizing this, it's so scary.
Yeah.
And to know, like, it feels more positive than negative right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's awesome what you're doing.
Well, you're doing it too, Sammers. I hear you. And sometimes I think in the parenting journey, when you're in the moment of, oh my God, my brilliant kid did the homework but forgot to turn it in. Oh my gosh, my really smart kid got to school and wasn't wearing shoes. And by the way, my husband does this too. He shows up somewhere it's not wearing shoes. You can get really bogged down in the like, and when I say little, it feels big in the moment, right? It feels really big in the moment.
Yeah.
But then you're able to zoom out and say, oh my God, my kid is so special and has the best heart and is going to be a therapist and change the world. So I think as ADHD parents and partners, like, you have to look big picture. You have to look down the road, and hearing these, it makes me very emotional.
And thank you for sharing that too, Sam. And before we go to this voicemail from Robert, we're going to do a quick zoom in to see which one of us is actually wearing shoes right now. It's me.
But he's like walking in places barefoot.
I know. I'm just having some fun with you. Let's hear from Robert.
Hi, this is Robert from Raleigh. You guys were brilliant for doing a book on ADHD, because all the kids with ADHD are going to forget their books. They'll have to buy a whole new copy.
Yeah.
So you guys just have a constant stream of people who are going to get to buy your book over and over and over again because they keep losing it. Yep. I'm impressed. You guys are brilliant. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.
Yep.
Robert. Okay, so
That's not why we did
obviously
it,
not why we did it. But at our very first book signing, this sweet family came, and our book had been out for a minute and a half, and they were on like their third copy. So they had pre-ordered a book, lost it, bought a book to come to the signing, lost that on the way to the signing, and then they had to buy another one there. And I'm like, I promise that was not our intention, but yes, you're not wrong.
We just got an email in from David Shepard. He's a professor at LSU studying ADHD.
Oh.
And his colleagues and him have worked on a VR headset that kids use to block out external distractions and a computer algorithm to detect daydreams or lack of focus to nudge students back on track while they're working on their homework.
Blinders for a horse.
Yeah. Okay, I'm here for it. I'm super interested. And you're saying that giving an ADHD a VR set is going to help them focus more? And that's, no, it's a different type. I don't, as long as you can't put, Candy Crush on it or anything, I feel like we're off to a good start, right?
It seems his team created an immersive distraction-free environment to help students stay focused. So when you're in the set, the VR headset, you are working on that assignment.
Wow, people are so smart. Do you ever sometimes look around the world? Our friend David Fagenbaum, who has been on this podcast, who is literally saving lives, he's using AI. He's putting in all these combinations of rare diseases and medicines that are on the market. And he's saving people's lives. And he is so smart. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God there's smart people like you. Do you ever look around the world and you're like, if it was me that had to advance society, I don't even know if I'd get to fire, y'all. I'd be too scared. I'd maybe get a wheel. I'd maybe get a basket. But I'd still be just hunter-gatherer, maybe a tent. I might have just found a cave or a good thicket to seek shelter. I just would not be that creative to advance society. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys.
Okay, so those were the calls that we got. I want to give a shout out at this moment, and this could be the most exciting part of the podcast. I don't know. It might not. But Anne-Marie Tapke spent about a month looking for like Uber celebrities to come on and put something on the laugh lines or like send in a video. She shot high, and I love this about her, right? And I think she got some responses. She got some almosts.
Yeah, like, hey, yeah, we'll get on it, and then just like never follow through.
Yeah, like Oprah. Would you like to? I don't know if we asked Oprah,
I don't think we asked
but
Oprah.
I always admire people for shooting high, especially if they're part of our team. Like, I love it. I love it. So it's possible that in the next week, as we said, we shot this a week ahead of time, that someone sends in a video.
Right.
So I want to do one of those things where we say,
should you just say everybody's name ever?
yeah,
or like a combination of names?
to be safe. Like, let's just shoot this.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll get one.
Okay.
You ready? Okay. Would you believe it? I don't know if you would believe it, but Michael Phelps, 8 million time gold medalist Michael Phelps, who's actually talked about his ADHD. He sent in something. Michael, thank you so much.
Simone Biles.
Would you believe that Simone Biles, the greatest gymnast of all time, sent a video to talk about her ADHD and also to wish us luck on the book? Hey, Simone. Can you believe Albert Einstein came back from the dead and sent this really touching video about ADHD? I want to thank Dan Povenmire, creator, we actually reached out to him, of Phineas and Ferb, for this little note that he left us about ADHD. The greatest basketball player of all time has attributed some of his competitiveness and drive to succeed to ADHD. His name is Michael Jordan. Mike, what's up, buddy? Good to hear from you again. She took some time off from her album release and her impending engagement. Taylor Swift. Who knew Taylor Swift had ADHD? Tay-Tay, what you got? Okay, so if any of those, it'd be great if like one of those maybe sent a video in. I'm guessing none of them did, but I want to thank.
But we're ready for it.
We're ready for it.
On to our segment for Penn's 3-piece nuggets. This segment started by accident. We're still waiting on a nug sponsor. Who do we know in the nug space?
Didn't someone ask you that recently? Do you know anyone in the nug space?
Yeah. Yeah. Do we know anybody in the nugget game? Okay. Who we got in the nugget game to sponsor Penn's 3-piece nuggets, his favorite little nugs from the pod.
So these are the 3 nuggets that I got from today's wonderful podcast. Outside looking in, because I wrote this beforehand, I just love my wife. She is so self-aware and so wonderful. And she took the time beforehand to talk a little bit about living with each other, like an ADHDer living with a non-ADHDer. And I just I wake up feeling very lucky that you have that sort of self-awareness and we can talk about it and we're stronger because of it. So that's not one of my nuggets, but that's just thank you.
Okay.
That wasn't
that's like the mustard
planned.
sauce on the side.
That is the McDonald's spicy mustard sauce, which I still maintain is the best sauce you can ever put on any nugget. So kids, these are 3 things that I hope you learn from this book. Number 1, you are not alone. There are, as we said, millions of us. Millions of us. There are people in your town. There are probably people in your family. There are definitely people in your school. You are not alone. Number 2, your brain figures things out in a different way from everyone else. It may seem like a pain at times, especially like when you're trying to show your work or you are part of a very clear process in a class. That could be frustrating, but it is a gift. Number 3, the older you get, the better you are going to be at making the most of your brain. And that's going to take some work. Things that are easy to you are hard to other people. Creativity, spontaneity, all these things we talked about. But also things that are easy to everyone else are going to be hard for you. So that's where the work comes in. But if you have some work and some patience, when you figure it out, I cannot wait to see what you're going to become. That's number 3.
I love my 3-piece nugs, and now I'm craving nuggets.
Yeah. Well, let's get nuggets for lunch.
We're going to get nuggets for lunch. Oh,
Yeah.
Look at Sam's face.
Sam's so excited.
Reminder, shameless plug, where you're going to get the book anywhere books are sold. We love a local bookstore. So if you go into your local bookstore and they don't have it, you can ask for it and they can order it for you. But then also just like the normal online things, because no shade. If I want a book, sometimes I just click online and it appears on my door. So I get that too.
Thank you guys for making it to the end of this podcast. It always makes me super happy when people make it to the end.
Leave a review if you get the book and you like it. If you don't like it, maybe zip it.
I be honest? I want to hear both sides. Like I'm totally okay with that. No, Kim doesn't want to hear both sides.
No, I do.
Okay.
I mean, because we have another book that we have coming out next year, and maybe we can wrap in some feedback.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guys, Laugh Lines is written and produced by Penn Holderness, Kim Holderness, and Anne-Marie Tapke with original music by Penn Holderness. It's filmed, edited, and live produced by Sam Allen and hosted by Acast. As always, we love to hear from you, so please write to us at podcast@theholdernessfamily.com or leave a voicemail at
323-364-3929.
And we will talk to you very soon on the Laugh Line.
Bye. Love you. Bye.